Dzień dobry. Starfield. Szczur trafia do kanałów. Misja dla Karmazynowej floty. Dokąd my mamy się przenieść? Europa. Europa.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like it. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
Jasne, że tak.
You betting your life on that? Because the only way out of our organization is with a warhead up your grab drive. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Reek. I want him dead.
Jakie mam opcje, aby wykonać to zlecenie?
Kill Reek? That's your only option? If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. Turn the Ragana into space junk. Only way to be sure.
Okej.
It's done when Rake stops. Head back here when you're finished. And
This Neva Mora, her words are measured and carry weight. She is not to be trifled with.
Okej. To niedobrze. Bo mieliśmy nie przeginać pały i nie zabijać losowych ludzi. Ale może jakoś przekonamy tę osobę?
Hey, Dad. Want to hear a joke?
Sure, sweet pea. Yo, man could always use a laugh.
Okay. Who can jump
Dobra, zapis.
higher than a skyscraper in New Atlantis?
I don't know. Who?
Everybody! Skyscrapers can't
Będziemy powiedzieć człowieka z ulicy, którego szukam.
And what are your intentions with this crewman?
Good one, Cora.
Flota chce śmierci, okej.
Barrett tried out on him.
No właśnie.
Oh God, I do not know.
It would be wise for you to take this offer. It shows more mercy than you know.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way. All right, you can dock. We will talk then.
Dobrze.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
I have things I gotta say.
If you have time, I've been thinking about some things. Wanted to talk.
Jezu, chcę ze mną porozmawiać nagle.
You didn't even scratch the paint.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
Ktoś może podsłuchiwać kanały komunikacyjne, tak jest bezpieczniej.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
Ludzie zależy na śmierci Rake'a, ale ja wolę rozwiązać to bez przemocy.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port.
Dobra. Dostarczycie go do 𝗖𝗂𝗶𝗹𝗱𝗀𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗀.
That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Thank you for letting us go.
Okej.
I...
We've detached. Let's get out of here.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
They're grab drive.
I want that ship in pieces. Finish it.
I'm gonna break you open!
Nowhere to run, pal. Grab drive out.
Still intact.
Mhm.
Had enough?
Neutralize that ship.
Enemies.
And the grab drive
And
is
grab
right.
jump back.
Thanks for the help with the ecliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
Skłamać, okej.
No kidding. That'll make 𝗀𝘂𝗶𝗹𝗹𝗀𝗧𝗧 happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yup, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rake's taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
Najlepsza decyzja, jaką kiedykolwiek podjęłaś.
Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6 feet deep. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Okej.
Joining the Crimson Fleet is hardly a cause for celebration. But you have your reasons. So for now, I will allow it.
Seals are good, air pressure good. Hey, we're docked.
You can practically hear the sound of credits being wasted.
I had a friend on the Regana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
I woke up in the middle of the night once and found Ensign Betty tinkling with something.
We got the message from the Regana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
Cieszę się, że się poddał. Moim celem było nie zabicie nikogo, ani niewinnego, ani z kimś na sumieniu.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
We did our best not to cross the line, but the more we do, the more we risk exposing the deception.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired 𝗧𝘗𝗏𝗧 to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
To był sprytny sposób.
So I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
Wydało mi się... Okej. To był sprytny plan. Flota niczego nie podejrzewa.
It's a dangerous plan, and you came awfully close to killing an innocent crew. Luckily, you have a good head on your shoulders, and did the right thing. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on 𝘲𝑐ZUR was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
Wszystko idzie zgodnie z planem. Okej.
Yes, you pass your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
Mam służone bazy Karmazynowej floty.
Excellent. If you're heading to the Key, I assume you'll be meeting Delgado soon.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
What is there to know? He is pirate scum, like all of them.
Exactly. The Crimson Fleet is not a monolith. Any information you have on its members can only help. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Udaj się na klucz. Gdzie? O Jezu, tak daleko? Kryks. Zadokuj do klucza. Klucz. Zadokuj.
And we're locked in.
Wejdź na pokład.
You got your cut. Now get out of my face. You said the tick was 10. Okay, but it was 30.
Pleasant to see you.
Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30. You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem. If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Look at this.
You kidding me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught. Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener. The hell took you so long? Forget how to grab jump or something?
Miło zobaczyć twoją twarz i połączyć ją z imieniem.
Maybe for you. I'd rather shove a shotgun up my nose than remember the face of every low-life rook who passes through this station. But, all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now, it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together.
ZK wykorzystują wielowarstwowe kadłuby, więc ta stacja powinna być bezpieczna.
Wow, thanks, Professor. That's just terribly fascinating. I'll be certain to pass that on to the maintenance crew who have to use baling wire to keep the plating from peeling off.
It is good to know that there is a maintenance crew, but your additional knowledge is appreciated.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the Key, but it's better if I show you too. Follow me.
Okay.
All right. History time. So, the Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, Lock, Key. Cute, huh?
W sumie śmieszne. Key and lock.
Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the Key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nav. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you, always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, 𝘬𝘓𝘓. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but we'll get to him later. Rook, meet 𝘬𝘁, Queen of the Rare Exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from 𝘬𝘁's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, 𝘬𝘁. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss. On the right, you've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot.
O, w końcu mogę gdzieś sprzedawać kradzione przedmioty, super. Już nie wiem jak je przemycać jeszcze, ale...
She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Ksenia Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rake? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Ksenia handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, Voss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Ksenia will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Ksenia Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering. Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind. and a certain degree of safety.
Delgado sprawia wrażenie mądrego faceta.
It's why he's the boss. Of course, I'm not the first reckoner to bear a bomb under my rib cage, but Delgado was smart enough to continue the tradition. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Eugen would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us.
Szybko poszło.
Getting into the system is a piece of cake. Getting out? Not so much. Anyway, I need you to listen up. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core.
Nie interesują mnie małe zlecenia.
Fine by me. There's plenty of others who do. You do less, you make less. It's a pretty simple equation. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say. So you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
Yes?
All right, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired.
Dobra, dobra, ale ja bym najpierw chciał do tych sklepikarzy podejść. Klinika nie. Bar nie.
I always thought heat leeches were just pests.
What'll it be, friend?
Imagine having your own terramorph.
The fleet's got an impressive. They even managed business on the key. Not everyone thinks. There are a few. Regardless.
Dobra, dobra. Porozmawiajmy o interesach. Co masz? To co to jest? Autonit. Nit. 10 amunicji. 120. 64. Bez rewelacji. Amunicję byśmy wzięli. To się zawsze może przydać. Wait, jeszcze raz. Skafandry jakieś. Bo ten się wydawał nawet spoko, ale niestety nie lepszy od naszego. Odłamki nie. Apteczki tak. Cyfrychy tak, zasoby. Okej.
You find anything of value, bring it here first.
Spoko. Ty?
My prices may be
Pogadajmy o interesach. Trzydzieści naboi. Fajne. Wow, wow. To jest spoko. O kurwa. 80 naboi, znaczy 80 obrażeń, 60 naboi. Kurwa, to jest mocne. No. Ten karabin będzie dawał w pipę, naprawdę. Wait, coś tam jeszcze jest w różnych. Jest, coś tam kupiłem, nieważne. Dobra, i teraz tak. Boom ma 60 obrażeń i ma 20 naboi. Ten ma 140, ale wybuchowe, więc to jest wygodne. Wait, 10? To nie to. Wait, jeszcze raz. Ja źle spojrzałem. Może źle spojrzałem. Nie, dobrze spojrzałem. Ulubione.
Please tell me you know exact. Fine. No.
Pomagacza, bagietka. Wytryna jest super. Ile ona tego ma? Okay.
We're done here? Great.
Great.
Weapons, ammo. Well, everyone all? Hey, if you want to pork, I carry most occasionally. Just don't screw. And you want me to just a little advice? You bleed for anyone who says other. Well, most people just whatever.
Dobra, co masz? Furia. 100 naboi, szybko strzelanie 150. 18 obrażeń. Legenda piratów. No, ale to się wydaje spoko. Zobaczymy, jak będzie się strzelało z tego. Amunicję byśmy oczywiście wzięli jakąś.
All right. See you around.
Mhm. A furię bym dorzucił tu gdzieś.
You want the right protective gear? I'm sure I got something to...
Przecinak. Jakieś skafandry. Plecaki, hełmy. Nic lepszego. Ubiory. Ubiór nic. Teczka. Cyfry ruchów 10. Nic nie masz, kościół.
Here if you need me.
Need something?
If you want to stay under the radar.
Chip services.
So, once again, I'm like Neva said.
Cześć, Jess.
It may not be wider. I can guarantee we got the best selection. Anything that keeps the use, just let me know.
Okej, co możesz mi pomóc?
Sounds like fun.
Dobra. Osłony możesz mieć lepsze od moich. Ale również możesz mieć gorsze od moich. Super. Laserowe 16. Szybkostrzelność mniejsza. Ale trochę silniejsza. A jakie ja tu mam? Szybkostrzelność 6. Laserowe 28. Dobra, weźmy to w teorii. I tutaj mamy 327. A jaka szybkostrzelność? 1. 327. No nie. Tak.
Here to upgrade that ship of yours? All business and no.
Jakie macie stawki na sprzedaż? Nie zarejestrowano, klasa A. Reaper, klasa B. Aha. Banshee. Spectre. Hunt. Ten Banshee się wydaje spoko nawet. Ale to może kiedyś.
Ja?
Kurwa, jak w 𝗀𝘀𝗊𝘂 normalnie. Ten. Dałbyś jakiś lepszy celownik. 11 000 naboi, a tego ile mam? 11 000, dobra. Trochę duże zużycie będzie. Hello, Mr. Delgado.
There's our other new recruit. So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. 𝗍𝘂's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find yourself answering to me, personally. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
Mam nadzieję, że flota nie jest przed śniadaniem, bo lubię sobie pospać.
Hey, if you've got a problem, I can decorate that wall behind you with your brains. Room could use a little color if you ask me.
It's all right, 𝗍𝘂. I admire this rook's backbone. Takes a lot of guts to crack jokes with the threat of death staring them in the face.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to SZCZUR for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
𝘴𝘩𝘁𝗍𝗃 legacy is no story, Neva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lot cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On SZCZUR with Jasper Kryx. Kryx led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it.
Co za kod?
Through a bit of luck and a hell of a lot of cash, Neva was able to get her hands on an access code to the inside of the lock. This will be the first time someone from the Crimson Fleet has set foot in there for, well, since Kryx left the place behind. It has been frustrating being this close to potential clues, but not being able to find a way through those prison walls. What? Were you expecting a goddamn graduation ceremony? Think I'm just going to slap a skull on you and send you on your way? Make no mistake, you are being tested all the time. Every job you take will be under constant scrutiny. And Neva? Oh, she's just waiting for you to screw things up. Of course. Where else could I find such a perfect location to weed out any rooks who'd be wasting the fleet's time? Before Kryx left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it 𝘴𝘁𝗍𝗃 legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on SZCZUR.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Kryx left a lot of big talk on that recording, and not a lot of facts. Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on 𝘴𝘁𝗍𝗃's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for 𝘖𝘁cie heç𝘀𝗃.
Nic nas nie powstrzyma.
Exactly. Now you're beginning to understand. Okay, enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting. Yeah, I suppose. What did you want to know?
Co jest z Matisem?
There is no deal. You and Mathis are two sides of the same coin. A couple of rooks fighting for a spot in the fleet. Only problem is that he is down a ship and you are not, which puts you ahead. Just barely. Who knows? Maybe he'll get lucky and you won't make it off SZCZUR in one piece.
Okej. Dobrze, ale to wszystko w tym odcinku. Serdecznie dziękuję za oglądanie. Trzymajcie się. No i cześć. Dziękuję bardzo za oglądanie mojego materiału. Mam nadzieję, że Wam się podobało. Jeżeli Wam się spodobało, pamiętajcie, żeby kliknąć kciuk w górę, zasubskrybować i kliknąć dzwoneczek. Wszystko, aby zawsze być na bieżąco. Jeżeli macie coś do napisania, napiszcie komentarz, dzięki temu będę wiedział, że jesteście, że Wam się podoba i przede wszystkim, że chcecie, żeby tych materiałów pojawiało się więcej. Dodatkowo, jeżeli chcecie się wdzięczyć za to, co robię i podoba Wam się moja praca, pamiętajcie, że możecie kliknąć w moją nazwę, wejdziecie do strony głównej mojego kanału, kliknąć opcję wesprzyj i za 2 zł, 10 albo 30 zostaniesz wspierającymi według Waszej tutaj chęci i potrzeby oddania trochę tej dobroci w moją stronę. Dziękuję bardzo za oglądanie, trzymajcie się, do usłyszenia i życzę Wam miłego Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję wszelkim wspierającym za to, że jesteście. Dziękuję tym, którzy byliście wspierającymi i dziękuję wszystkim tym, którzy po tym właśnie filmiku zdecydowaliście się na wsparcie. Przede wszystkim to nie jest tak, że wspieracie osobę, która ma tysiące widzów. Wspieracie małą społeczność, której dzięki każdej osobie z was, każdej złotówce, którą mi przelejecie, każdym 2 złotym, które jesteście wspierającymi ptasiakami, za każdą tą jedną osobę bardzo serdecznie dziękuję i za każdą tą złotówkę dziękuję, ponieważ dzięki temu po prostu mam chęci, mam motywację i przede wszystkim mam dodatkowe finanse, które pozwalają utrzymać ten kanał i utrzymać wszystko, co się wokół niego dzieje, włącznie z kosztami prądu, kosztami kupowania nowego sprzętu, kupowania nowych gier i w ogóle całego czasu, które spędzam, czy to nagrywając, czy to streamując i czy to, jeżeli w przypadku wielu sytuacji rozmawiając i wspierając osoby, które w jakiś sposób czują się gorzej. Więc moja działalność jest bardzo szeroka i cieszę się, że doceniacie ją. Jeżeli ktoś z was czuje się gorzej i chciałby ze mną porozmawiać i ma jakieś takie problemy, możecie do mnie napisać, zagadać, wszystko na Discordzie, a link do Discorda w opisie.